$100,000, two funds, both track the exact same 500 companies. But after 10 years, one of them quietly pulled ahead by over $2,600. So which S&P 500 ETF actually won? Let us find out. Okay, so here's the setup. Imagine you've got $100,000 sitting in your savings account doing basically nothing. You decide it's time to invest. You've heard about the S&P 500. It's basically the 500 biggest companies in America all bundled together. But here's the thing, you can't just buy the S&P 500 directly. You need a fund, an ETF that tracks it for you. Think of it like a buffet. You get a little bite of every company without having to buy each stock one by one. And the two biggest options, VOO and SPY. All right, let's meet the contenders. In this corner, we've got VOO, the Vanguard S&P 500 fund. Vanguard basically invented low-cost index investing. They're the ones who said, hey, why pay a bunch of fees when you can just own the whole market for almost nothing? VOO launched in 2010, and it's been a fan favorite ever since. And in the other corner, SPY, the OG, the State Street SPDR S&P 500 fund. This bad boy launched all the way back in 1993. Yeah, before most of you were probably born. It's the oldest and most traded fund on the planet. It's like the Toyota Camry of investing. Reliable everywhere, gets the job done. Now here's the part nobody talks about. Both of these funds hold the exact same stocks. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, the same 500 companies in the same proportions. So you'd think the returns would be identical, right? Plot twist, they're not. And the reason comes down to tiny little details that add up over a decade. Okay, let's get into the 10-year race. Stay with me because this is worth it. All right, it's April 2016. You split your money into two equal piles, $100,000 into VOO and $100,000 into SPY. Then you just sit back, do nothing, and let compound interest do its thing. Think of it like rolling a snowball downhill. You don't push it, you just let gravity work. And honestly, the first few years were pretty calm. By early 2018, just 2 years in, both funds had grown to around $138,000. That's a $38,000 gain without you lifting a finger. That's like getting a free used car just for being patient. But here's where it gets crazy. VOO is already pulling ahead by about $200. Tiny difference. But remember, compound interest is sneaky. Small gaps get bigger over time. Fast forward to late 2019, markets are ripping. Both funds are up around 62%. VOO's sitting at about $162,000. SPY's right behind it at $161,700. You're feeling great. Your 100K has grown by 62 grand. That's a down payment on a house in a lot of cities. Life is good. But wait, you won't believe what happened next. March 2020, COVID hits, and I'm not going to lie, this was ugly. In just 1 month, both funds dropped over 33%. Your VOO investment went from $173,000 all the way down to $127,000. That's $46,000 gone. Poof. Like watching your savings evaporate. SPY dropped to about the same $127,000 as well. This is the part where most people panic and sell, but here's the kicker. If you held on, everything was about to change. Because by the end of 2020, just 9 months after the crash, both funds had not only recovered, but hit new all-time highs. VOO bounced back to $193,000. SPY came in at $192,000. That's like flying through turbulence. Scary for a few minutes, but the plane keeps going. And this is the part nobody tells you. The people who sold during the crash locked in those losses forever. The people who did nothing, they got rewarded. Now, the bull market kept rolling through 2021. Both funds crushed it. By late 2021, VOO had reached about $248,000. SPY was at $247,000. The gap was still small, just about $1,000. But here's where it gets interesting. 2022 brought another rough patch: inflation, rising interest rates, tech stocks getting hammered. Both funds dropped to around $200,000. But again, if you held on, you were fine. And then came 2023 and 2024, the big comeback. AI hype, tech stocks roaring back, and the S&P 500 hitting record after record. By early 2025, VOO had climbed to about $332,000, and SPY was at $330,000. I was shocked when I saw this. The gap was growing. Slowly, quietly, VOO was pulling ahead dollar by dollar. Okay, so here's the big reveal. After 10 full years, April 2016 to April 2026, your $100,000 in VOO grew to $400,500. Let that sink in. You quadrupled your money by doing absolutely nothing. And SPY? Your $100,000 became $397,840. Still incredible, but not quite as much. That's a difference of $2,656. Now I know what you're thinking. $2,600, that's it? Over 10 years? And honestly, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a huge difference. That's like a nice weekend getaway. But here's the thing. You didn't do anything different. You bought the same stocks. You waited the same amount of time. The only difference was which fund you chose, and that small choice was worth $2,600. Ready for the weirdest part? The reason VOO wins basically comes down to one tiny number. Let's look at the full head-to-head breakdown. Here's everything side by side. The CAGR, that's just a fancy way of saying your average yearly return. VOO came in at 14.9%. SPY was at 14.8%, basically identical. Total return, VOO gave you 300%, SPY gave you 298%. Max drawdown, that's how far each fund fell during its worst crash. VOO dropped 34%, SPY also dropped about 33.7%. Almost the same. And the dividend yield, the little cash payments you get just for holding, VOO pays 1.19%. SPY pays 1.14%. VOO wins on that too. So across the board, VOO has a tiny edge everywhere. And the secret sauce, expense ratios, that's the fee the fund charges you every year just for managing it. VOO charges around 0.03%. SPY charges around 0.09%. I know 0.09 sounds like nothing. You'd barely notice that on a restaurant tab. But over 10 years, that difference compounds. It's like a tiny leak in a bucket. One drip doesn't matter. But a million drips, that's $2,600 walking out the door. So the winner of the 10-year race is VOO, by a nose. But don't click away yet, because this next part is the most important part of the whole video. Whether you're Team VOO or Team SPY, it honestly barely matters, and I mean that. Here's what this really means for you and your money. If you're watching right now, I'm talking to you. The biggest takeaway from this whole video isn't that VOO beat SPY by $2,600. It's that both funds turned $100,000 into roughly $400,000 in 10 years. That's a 300% return. Your money quadrupled, and you didn't have to pick stocks. You didn't need to watch the news every day. You didn't need a finance degree. You just needed to invest and wait. That's the real lesson here. And here are 3 quick takeaways I want you to remember. Number 1, fees matter more than you think. Even a 0.06% difference added up to over $2,600. Over 20 or 30 years, that gap gets way bigger. Number 2, time in the market beats timing the market. If you panicked and sold during COVID, you missed the entire recovery. Number 3, either fund is a solid choice. Seriously, don't let the VOO versus SPY debate stop you from investing at all. The worst thing you can do is nothing. Look, I love this stuff because it proves something really powerful. You don't need to be a Wall Street expert. You don't need to be rich to start. Even if you can't put in $100,000, maybe you're starting with $500 a month or even $50 a month. You know, that's basically one nice dinner out. The same principles apply. Compound interest doesn't care how much you start with. It just needs time. And the sooner you start, the bigger that snowball gets. So real quick before we wrap up, which team are you? Team VOO or Team SPY? Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely want to know. And if you learned something new today, or if this video helped you finally understand what these funds actually are, smash that subscribe button. We break down investing topics like this every single week, and I promise we keep it simple. All right, that's a wrap on the VOO versus SPY showdown. $100,000, 10 years, $400,000 at the finish line. Not bad for doing absolutely nothing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, and this is not financial advice, for educational purposes only, always do your own research.